so weird.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wanderful Pair, where two travel agents with very different perspectives collide. I'm Jess from Team Labo, Queen of Couples Getaways, and this is Tracy, the magical mama conquering family travel with a sprinkle of chaos. We're bringing you unique insights and experiences, whether you're dreaming of a child-free vacation or planning a family adventure. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hi. Apologies if you hear my fat orange cat. She's screaming right now to go outside. So hold on. I have to let her out.
We're not.
Otherwise, she's gonna the entire time.
Oh no. Okay. Well, while she steps away, we see again the sprinkle of chaos that is around. We were having issues with restarting computers and setting up new microphones, and it's the holidays, and yeah, so that's kind of what we want to talk about today. But it's a little bit crazy. We're recording a little later than we usually do. We've both been running around kind of like crazy people, but I do have my iced coffee, even though it's 38 degrees here. It's supposed to get colder, so maybe I'll switch to my hot. I don't know.
I am like weird like that too. We were just in Orlando in August and I had to have a hot butter beer. Like I'm totally fine as long as I get my fuel injection of coffee so I can have iced coffee. I'm the same way. In the morning though is dicey. Like I like to put my fire on and have my cup of joe like warm but if I need extra caffeine, I don't mind. But I feel like we've been like completely shotgunned into the holiday season. So everything is just crazier than normal. I don't understand how the year is ending. I
don't know where 2025 went. Someone in a meeting today was talking about planning and talking about 2026, and that feels so far away. And yet it's December 10th when we're recording this. So it's like 21 days left of the year. Like that's insane. I don't know how that happens. And then
I'm quoting cruises for 2027, and it's completely mind-boggling to me. I don't like what happened.
I know. I don't know.
I was just 23 years old with my cool little choker on and my like blonde chunky highlights and dancing at the club, and now I got 2 Rugrats and 3 cats, and a husband, obviously, but
I guess he's around too. Yeah, like you said, like quoting things for 27, we are getting ready to sign Team Labo's first destination wedding. We've done a couple of little baby weddings, but like honeymoons and things. But this is a big wedding that is looking to be like 100 people, I think is what we're going to end up with. So they're going to be going to Sandals in Jamaica, and it's very exciting. But of course, it's a lot of work on the back end. So we've just kind of been in the weeds with all the nitty gritty, which has kind of been distracting from the fact that it's holidays. But I just found out a friend at a meeting today said that he's going to need us for the wedding side of things and then the honeymoon because he's getting ready to propose to his girlfriend. And so, I love it when people start talking about weddings. Like they're my favorite. We've definitely.
Well, you know how I feel about destination weddings. So
I know. It's definitely become a thing.
My husband and I have been married for 20 years and people still talk about ours. So it was one of the highlights of my life besides obviously birthing my kids, but it was an amazing experience. So I hope they're going to have a great time. That's a great resort.
They are. We're trying to decide if I don't know if my internet got cut out. We're trying to decide if we can go. So we'll see. I mean, they need some hands, right? They need people to like manage the whole thing, even though Sandals is great and they'll take care of them. sandals in June, in Jamaica, I don't hate it. So, we'll see. But we had wanted to talk a little bit about holidays because, like you said, we were shotgunned into the holidays. Like it is,
I
we are
understand how
here,
this is happening. It was just Halloween.
right? You were just decorating your whole house, and now I haven't even put my tree up yet. Like it's just one of
Well,
those
that
days.
we've done. I don't know if you can see behind me, but my entire house is like completely Christmas-fied. It's like I'm like Elf, like I can't think of the actor's name. Oh my god! But it's like one of my favorite holiday movies. He's hilarious.
Will,
What's his name? From
Will
Elf.
Ferrell,
Who started Elf?
the main one, Will Ferrell.
Why can't I think this is the mom brain, okay? This is what's happening. Over 40, you start losing more and more brain cells, and they just don't return. I'll think of it when we end, okay?
Yeah.
But
Will Ferrell, no, the star. The star
thank
of
you,
Elf.
Will Ferrell. So yes, you know how you like Christmas Spies, the department store gimbals? Yeah, that's the interior of my house. The outside has a couple of string lights, an angel, and a reindeer, but like the inside is like hallelujah. So complete with like a 10-foot tree. So we're like, that at least is done. That's done. The gift giving and all that other thing, all that other stuff is not.
We were ahead of schedule. We shopped on Thanksgiving weekend, and then suddenly we're behind again. We have Christmas decorations outside. We pay someone to install lights on our house, and that is the most.
See, that's smart.
Thing.
Yes, that's very smart. That's very
then I don't
smart.
have to worry about it.
We were wondering that because all these homes in our area, and they're older homes, so they have weird roofs and just odd shaped windows, and everything went up like the day after Thanksgiving, like it was Disney World all of a sudden, and people were like, okay. And I told my husband, I was like, how did this happen? How did they get it up so fast? He goes, oh, there's companies that do that. I'm like, there are? He's like, no, I can do it. No.
Ours got installed in October, I think, or in November, maybe. Definitely earlier than the week before. So we just didn't turn them on until Black Friday because that's what we do in our house. We can't turn them on early. I guess that's.
So do you guys have any holiday traditions that you adhere to, that you do?
Well, so we used to do with the in-laws, we used to do New Year's Eve at Disney World. That has been the tradition for the longest time, and COVID kind of killed it. I don't know if it was COVID or the fact that there are now more babies with nieces and nephews. Yeah, that used to be the tradition, is we would go down on New Year's Eve day and we would stay up all day and make it into the parks. But for here we do we made changes obviously over the years. But yeah, it's a lot of like all of the lights. We have a lot of, just like everywhere, you can go through the brewery and go get lights. You go get your tree at Ted Drew's, which is this frozen custard place on Route 66. They are all around custard, all year round frozen custard with mix-ins and stuff. But then apparently, I don't know, about 20 years ago, his name is Ted Drew's. Ted Drew's is the owner. Ted Drew's bought a Christmas tree farm because he wanted to make a way for people to come get frozen custard when it was 20 degrees outside. And he goes, everybody needs a Christmas tree, right? So you get your Christmas tree, expensive, but very good. You get your Christmas tree and then you get your frozen custard, and it's freezing, but you go eat in your car and it's fine. But apparently, like, you pay, they're very nice trees, but they are definitely expensive. But you buy your tree and then he makes money on the tree or the wreath or the whatever, and then you get your frozen custard. So we used to do that when we lived in the city, but it's a little too far for us to drive. But we've gone back and forth between real trees and fake trees over the years, me and Mike. I was a fake tree growing up. What were you? Do you have a real tree?
We have a fake tree. We've always had a fake tree. I had real trees growing up, and then we got our first cat, and the cat proceeded to climb the tree and then tip it over literally into the TV. It was like something out of National Lampoon. And so my father was like, that's it. And, I think we had the real tree, but that was definitely the last year we had the real tree. And I always knew I was probably going to have cats or dogs. And we have this nice, beautiful sunroom in the back with, lots of space. So yeah, no, we have a giant 10-foot like fake tree
Oh.
that we've had
Now,
for 12 years. So
are you what colored lights are on your 10-foot tree?
multicolored. It's vintage,
Oh.
baby. It's like old
Oh.
school. It's even got bubble lights. So we went and found old school bubble lights. Jimmy's beloved aunt, Joyce, God rest her soul, was affectionately known as, her house was affectionately called the Christmas house. It was an older colonial home in Cranberry, New Jersey. We used to go there Christmas Day, I believe, after opening gifts and everything. And she had the most amazing interior setup that you could want. And she used to have bubble lights. And so I had never seen them before, and they were old, and I became obsessed. And then she passed when Emma was real young. And as a way to honor her, we put the bubble lights on our tree. So yeah. But that house was amazing. She had it. I think like a lot of the decorations we do now inside they're kind of nods to her. Wow, you are just on a roll today, Alfie.
So the cat.
Yes, it's our fat orange cat. She's a girl. 90% of them are male. Something about the gene that's passed down or something. We're lucky. We got a very rare cat, but she is extremely vocal and extremely like, this is what I want to do. So you're gonna let me do it, or I'm gonna scream.
Oh dear.
But
yeah, and then
our little Garfield cat. Her name's Alphabel.
Oh.
Like Al, you ever watch Alf when you were a kid? Alf?
Yeah.
About that alien? Okay. Yeah, that's her. Alf.
Oh.
Loves to eat. So she's like a combination of Garfield and Alf.
Gosh,
we have all this beautiful stuff inside, and then the one thing we definitely try and do, which again, like also got derailed because of COVID, was growing up, I went to Macy's Santaland every year. I grew up in a precinct. So I'm used to seeing like Santa descend from helicopters and things on like a football field or a baseball field in a park somewhere in Brooklyn. So my parents, my dad retired when I was very young. And then my parents started taking us to Santaland in the city in Macy's. So it was something that I always wanted to see. And we continued that tradition until I was well into my 20s. And then we had a reunion one year where everybody came in to the city. Like my brother flew up and we all got together and did all the little fun, cutesy things that you do in New York City, the touristy stuff. And we all went to Santaland again with like our kids and everything. And it was just really cool. And I try and do that every year now. So that's our main thing. Besides what we do on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Christmas Eve, we go to the sisters my sister's insane. She got the cooking gene from my grandmother, both grandmothers actually. And I did not. I burned soup. So that my talent lies elsewhere, as I like to say. But my sister, she doesn't eat fish, and we're Italian and Portuguese, and we grew up doing like the 7 fishes and stuff. And she'll cook like these amazing dishes, and pasta with spare rib pasta, fancy Brussels sprouts. She makes me shrimp. She tolerates that for me. Just outstanding. Plus appetizers and antipasto and all that. And then we're stuffing our faces for an hour and a half, and then she's like, "Just kidding. Here's the ham and turkey." What? How do you do this?
Wow.
So, and Christmas Day, my husband, I direct. My husband makes brunch here, Christmas brunch. And I bought these fancy plates from the Christmas tree shop. We literally only use them one day a year. And everybody comes over. My sister's family comes over, and we have our brunch, and that's our thing. And then we go to his parents' house. So it's nice.
I love that.
It's my favorite time of the year. Besides,
really?
I can't stand the weather, but
yeah, if we had, I always saw these, the Christmas where Santa like in like Australia, and he comes in on a surfboard because it's the middle of summer for them. And I always wondered, like, how would that be? Like, we have Christmas so tightly connected to snow, right? And cold.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how that would be if it was like sun and sand. I guess that's what you're always used to. But yeah, we do the split thing. I think we're at my mom's on Christmas Eve and my in-laws for Christmas Day, because the in-laws, my brother-in-law obviously has a wife, and the wife has a family. And so there's other family members to consider. So we've kind of settled into that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So our Christmas Eve is always appetizers. So like everything that Costco sells, right, as an appetizer, fried.
Oh, Costco.
Like,
I love
love
Costco.
it.
Gotta
But
love
the thing,
Costco.
the thing that is the St. Louis thing that people don't realize. So we have our toasted ravioli, which is just fried ravioli that you dip in marinara. We have Emo's. We have pizza with Provel, or really thin pizza. It's a different. Provel is provolone and another. Anyway, it's like a proprietary cheese. What we do is South St. Louis, they call them party rise, or they call them party pizza.
Party rise?
Party rise. So
Party
it is
pizzas? I want a party pizza.
They're amazing. So they're a rye bread. They're always in the deli section. It's like the little one. They're like this big, right? They're like little squares of rye bread. Tiny, 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 like appetizer size, like 2 bites. So what you do is you melt Velveeta, and then, so you brown your meat, brown your ground beef or whatever. Gadget, stop it. She's whining. So you take ground beef, you cook it, and then you melt Velveeta and Rotel. There's something else that goes into it, and then Worcestershire, all of that all goes in, and that gets put on the pizza, the little rye, and then you put it in the oven. And it is just the most, like, it's a sausage Velveeta topping on a pizza, and it is the most amazing thing. So they're called party rise.
Yes. I'm totally looking this up. Not that I'll be able to make it, but I'm totally looking this up. Going, Jim, look. The best is like I send Jim like food recipes constantly.
If I can make it, anyone can, because it's literally just browning the meat and then warming everything up. The concern is if you can find the party rise. So they're like in the deli section, and they're only like their appetizer size. And I don't know, they've been around for like, literally, that's my family like Christmas Eve tradition that we've done forever. My mother-in-law keeps trying
so cute. That sounds delish.
It's amazing. The mother-in-law keeps trying to change things. She wants to do, I think, an Italian pot roast. And I'm like, I want a traditional turkey Thanksgiving like ish dinner, but if I'm not making it, I don't get to complain. But also I don't cook. So I can do party rise. Oh, and I can do party rise, and I can do 24-hour salad. So it's called 24-hour salad because it's to remind me and my mother's family that it takes 24 hours to set. Because if you don't do it, it doesn't work. So do you know ambrosia salad? It's basically like Cool Whip, and like it's a custardy kind of thing that is set overnight in the fridge.
Is this like a dessert?
Yeah. Well,
no.
Yes. We put it on the dining table, though. We don't put it on the dessert table. It's like a sweet side anyway. But it's cool. It's marshmallows.
I am my interest is so piqued right now. I'm gonna totally Google this when I get off.
So you do
party pizzas and ambrosia salad.
Party rise and 24-hour salad. I'm gonna have to send you both of the links. So you take marshmallows.
Okay.
You take the marshmallows, and first off, you take an egg, and you take, I think, the yolk. You put it over the burner. You like very gently bring it to, with a little bit of lemon. You bring it to temperature or whatever. I clearly should not have my own cooking show because it's really bad. But you take.
Okay. I told you, I'm not exaggerating when I told you. I burn soup, yo.
Yes. So I always have to get triple the amount of ingredients because I always end up burning this custard thing. So you take the egg.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
So it's like egg, and then God, what else is it? It's like a lemon juice or something. You're like creating an emulsification. And then you take Megan, apparently we can see texts come through. One of my friends just said that it's not a salad. Megan is from the Midwest and knows perfectly well that this is a salad. But it's true. Yes. So you take the marshmallows and you pour this like custardy thing over it, and and then we add fruit. We add like grapes or pineapples or whatever. You can add nuts, but you'd be wrong. Don't add nuts. And then at the end, you put it in the fridge for like 24 hours because it needs to like set up. There's something about it. To be set up. I don't know why it's called the salad, y'all. I don't. This is what the family has called it. But again, we have to call it a 24-hour salad because if we don't, like, that's why my family didn't get it for Thanksgiving this year because we were out at 10 o'clock.
So it's totally, so you don't, you get messed up if you don't set it for 24 hours. Okay. Yeah, that's not my thing because I'm the worst prepared.
You're okay. Yeah. You're okay with it if you're like a couple of hours.
Should we do our little travel awards thing?
Yes,
Should we do like our little travel awards now?
Like try to get us back on track for what we had.
Oh no, I'll talk about Christmas and holiday traditions for we'll be on here till next year doing this.
I know, but with all of our animals whining, they're probably not going to like that.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, hopefully we can have another recording this year, but we figured, and maybe that's looking forward to next year. But like, just wanted to do like a recap of like what we've looked at this year, and like, can I say like more? Okay, well, you already put notes in here, and I sure didn't. Okay, so our best of the year travel awards. So we thought we have a couple of different sections, awards, options. So best new cruise ship moment. So I have a cruise ship moment, but I don't know if I have a new one. But I hope that's not coming through.
Well, I have
on here. Yes, please go.
No, you're so fine. I Disney Destiny. I mean Disney Treasure, hands down.
Yeah. Was that just this year? Is that
when
was
you were the end of technically not. They had their like, first voyage like literally into the new year last year, so that's why I counted it.
But you went on it this year.
I went on it, yes, in February. Yes.
Okay, that feels like forever.
Such a. I know, and please don't even get me started. It was just such a well thought out, detailed, gorgeous ship. Like every corner of that ship was insane. But what most surprised me in terms of improvements from its predecessor, The Wish, was the entertainment. I'm not a big, like, I'll go and watch the Broadway shows, but I like to like chill at a bar and listen to music type thing. I love the trivia games, but the onboard entertainment on this ship was phenomenal. Like it was insane. Like they had an Indiana Jones themed show. It was hilarious. So they basically introduced 2 new characters that are kind of like your ship hosts, and they do a lot of the entertainment hosting. So, and they have family entertainment, and then they have like adult friendly entertainment. And it was just, we went to a bunch of the shows, participated in a bunch of the different games, and it was amazing. And it was the theme all came back together. So if you love a good theme, which I do, like the treasure was just so interwoven perfectly in all aspects, in the decor, in the different lounges that were on board, but also in the entertainment, which the Wish didn't really have. So it was such a massive improvement and such a great job done by Disney. And then that Haunted Mansion bar was so popular, they had to put it on the new Disney Destiny as well. So, and I guarantee you they're talking about putting it in the parks, but we'll see. It was just amazing. Oh, but if I had to give like an overall award to any cruise line, it would probably be Virgin.
Oh yeah. We are definitely excited to get back on that ship. But I honestly, like, I think you're right. I think Disney is doing something different with all of their new ships. And I know they just launched another one called the Destiny, which is different even still. It's a Wish class, similar to Wish and Treasure, but different even still. So kind of excited to hear what comes from that. I'm watching all of the vlogs from all the influencers that are on the ship. But I think it is really cool to lean into the different entertainment. It was the first time that me and my whole Mike's side of the family was on a Disney ship. And so I feel like that's our not new to Disney, but new to us, is traveling as a family on a Disney cruise line and just being able to experience that and say, okay, you know what? This is worth the extra cost, like you're all wrapped up.
I was shocked at how much I actually loved it. Yeah. I was actually very much blown away when I initially toured the Wish years ago. I got invited to do a tour with other travel agents, and I had never been on a Disney Cruise Line ship before. You know, it's different when you're stepping foot onto something and experiencing something in destination, right? As opposed to trying to guide clients to, the right ship just from their marketing materials. I wasn't sure what to expect. I had always heard great things about Disney cruises. But I stepped on board that ship and I legit shed a tear when I had to get off because it was just a tour. And I immediately got home and booked the cruise like the next day. I mean, I was actually blown away by how much I really loved it. And then our cruise was amazing. We did a 4-night cruise. And then the year after, last year we did the 7-night, and it was, one of the best times we've ever had, and definitely well worth the cost. So, we had a great time, but I wasn't expecting to love it that much. I do love Disney. Like everybody that knows me, they're like, oh, okay. Like I'm a huge, sci-fi, Disney, just a dork. I love these things. I have a lot of, I put a lot of sentimental value in things. And so, I love Star Wars. It reminds me of my childhood, but that kind of thing. That's who I am. So, but I was still blown away by like the service, the quality of the food, the community that's on board. It's not all, it wasn't what I was expecting. I'll just leave it at that. So we're completely addicted now. We're going on our 3rd one in February.
Well, that's the thing. We were on the Disney Fantasy in March with my in-laws, and then we were with my mom on the Norwegian Getaway in June, and totally different experiences. But I can say that the food on Disney, Disney is a higher price point. The food is legitimately better. The only thing better was the food on Virgin. The food on Virgin was incredible and over the top. So when you're looking for foodies, like, I just like it that anyway, we could digress into all the Disney things. We know we love Disney. So let's move on to another one, because we wanted to talk about the best theme park experience. And I think you have a very special one.
I know it's not getting a lot of love, but I had a great time at Epic Universe.
I know.
The 2 times I was there. I mean, it's still breaking in, right? It's still, undergoing its growing pains. But again, this is something I was just completely, I love a good theme, and you are 100% immersed in that. And when they said the scale, when they were, going over like sneak peeks with us and training sessions and such, Universal, and they described the scale of Epic Universe as being the smallest building in Epic Universe is the biggest building in both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I was like, oh, okay. And then I walked into the Ministry of Magic and I was like,
right.
Like my mouth was completely agape. I love that I did that and like forgot that I'm also on a podcast where people can't see me. So
You're fine.
I just have my mouth agape. Sorry, guys. And then just writing, Monsters Unchained for the first time, and all the thought they put into that queue. And then the ride itself, I had to, provide my own soundtrack to the ride, which was talking, not screaming, but it was like, wow, oh my God, look at that. Whoa. I think the people next to me probably wanted to kill me because I am inherently loud, as my husband says. I'm just, my family's Italian and Portuguese, and we're loud. We talk with our hands, and I don't know I'm being loud. I just am. So I'm sure the people next to me on that ride probably didn't appreciate the sound effects, but it was just mind blowing what I can't even fathom how they do certain things. It's always the animatronics on that ride are completely surreal and totally believable. But the food, every place, I had a client there yesterday, and, I put recommendations in their itinerary, but, I always say, just ask me questions, or if you need more feedback, and they're asking about different places to eat. And I'm just like, dude, every restaurant in that place is a banger. Like they really upped it with the food. So no surprise to learn that they are now expanding. The Ministry of Magic, I think, is one of the first lands to be expanded. So they've already filed permits, and they're already adding, that's already in the works to add more attractions. So I'm I am not surprised at all because, for lack of a better word, it was epic. We had a great time. We did 2 days there, stayed at the Helios, loved every second. Yes, there were hiccups. We got to the front of ministry 3 times and it broke down, but we made the best of it. It was what it was, and we were able to get on, and my kids were able to see it. We loved it. So epic theme park, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future.
Yeah. We didn't do a whole lot of theme parks over here at Team Labo this year. We did a couple of days at Disney around the trip, around the cruise. We're doing more next year. We're doing 5 days after the cruise, so that'll be fun. What else? We didn't do a whole lot of theme parks this year, which is really interesting. It was very cruise heavy, so that'd be the way sometimes. Okay, so next 1 or 2, we can kind of like go through these, and then we're at 30, so we'll wrap up soon. But
I know. Well, what else is new with us?
We
chatter away.
Exactly. That's why we're here. It's like that we know we get screen time with each other. Okay, so best resort stay. I don't know if this means like client-wise or like for us. I'm not sure. I guess we could go either way.
I think either or, because I don't get to do a lot of traveling, without my children. So with or without my children, we'll do a couple of vacations a year. But for me, it was definitely, I would say, sandals.
Yeah.
Alfie. Hey.
Oh, stop. Somebody's not happy.
I was lucky enough to stay at the Grand Bahamian, and we did a podcast from there, and I got attacked by birds. But that was the only negative or scary, or it wasn't scary. Like, I'm not afraid of birds, but you know what I mean? Like, that resort was gorgeous. I loved my room. I could see the ocean. I loved everything about the culture. I used to go to the Bahamas a lot when I was a kid, so it was brought back so many memories, and I loved how they incorporated the culture into the food and into the experience, and I loved how personable it was. I walked around that resort like just as me, no identification whatsoever. Yep. And by the 3rd day, a bunch of the lovely workers there knew my name, and it was great. And I want to bring my husband back, but every sandals trip that I've sent on clients this year, people have come back raving and reviewing. And I think the most popular one by far, though, is Sandals St. Vincent. I don't know if you've had clients that have been to that one yet, but no. I had a few, and they loved it, loved the food. And I was a little nervous because one of them is very Italian, and she messaged that she was going to the Italian restaurant. And I was like, "Oh, I hope it's good." And she was like, "Best meatballs." So they had a great time. Her fiance and herself came up, I saw them later in the year. They came up to me and they said it was by far the best vacation they've ever had. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, Sandals is killing it, especially with the 2.0 resorts, as I like to call them.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what the beeping is. Hold on. Okay. Let's skip over that one. Let's the best unexpected highlight. I think you put it in our notes. I think it was our agency retreat. So we have been waiting to do an in-person retreat for a while. Life has gotten in the way. Agency stuff has gotten in the way.
Keep talking. It's my daughter. Yay!
Oh no! So babies, and see, this is the problem when we record. We usually do it when kiddos are at school, but today got away from us. So Tracy had put the kiddos across this with a friend, I think a babysitter. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you guys can hear all of the craziness.
No, never mind. It's Christmas packages. I thought it was my daughter trying to get back into the house. I locked my children outside.
No, you didn't. They're with other people who love them. Like, they are fine. So yeah, just like a last beat on our unexpected highlight. So so for those that don't know, we're virtual. We have a dispersed agency. We're independent contractors all over the country. And our agency ownership is in Franklin, Tennessee. But we hardly ever get to see them. On occasion, we'll meet up in Disney or wherever. But there was finally an opportunity for an in-person retreat. And so we all went to Tennessee. People flew in from all over, and to be in the same room instead of like across a screen from each other was amazing. They brought in our contacts with all of our big vendors so we could actually have like face-to-face time. We learned, we worked on our businesses, we ate local food, had a drink at the bar, and just like had this amazing opportunity. Tracy and I weren't, obviously we hung out. They did not let us sit at the same table. For a majority.
They were smart.
They know better than to let us be near each other because we distract each other. We're those types of people. But it was an unexpected highlight of the year. I mean, who thought to go into Franklin, Tennessee, outside of Nashville? But I thought it was so much fun. I loved it.
It was fun. There was so much love. It was like a weekend of love and learning, as I like to say. It was great. And I got to speak, and I got to get over one of my phobias, which is public speaking. So it was just great. I look forward to the next time we get to do that again. I learned a lot. It was very intense. It was like a very intense kind of boot camp couple of days, but I was really proud of myself, and I loved that I was able to just focus on work and hang out with people I don't get to see in person and give people hugs and learn. And it was just a great experience.
Yeah. So we're kind of a small boutique agency. We're not huge. There's maybe 30 independent contractors. Like there's not a ton of us. We're not like a certain other couple of agencies that have hundreds of agents.
But I love that about us.
We're growing. We're small but mighty. But the cool thing is, our agency owners actually had all of us do additional speaking in addition to the vendors that they brought in. And so it was a really lovely mix of like working on our business, but also like we learned about the Enneagram, and that's something that I should have known about a long time ago, and I never had an opportunity to really dig in. So it was a really enlightening weekend. So we're trying to figure out, I'm sure they mentioned it at the call last night. I wasn't paying attention. We'll find out what our next thing is. I think it's going to be a cruise in 27, I think is the answer.
So that's okay with me.
I'm okay with that. All right. Well, the dog is whining. The cat's probably crying. And
no, you're right. She is. You just can't hear her. She's outside.
I know. I don't know if you can hear Gadget. She is whining up a storm. So I think it's probably our cue to call it. But yeah, I think we're going to try to get on next week, and we'll finish up some of these other travel trends maybe.
That sounds fun. And if you guys have any suggestions or questions, you could always just reach out. Until then, as Jess loves to say, what do you say at the end?
What do I say? Be sure to subscribe, follow along social media. Time to go make some travel memories.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.